here we go.
In theory, everyone can see us now. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Oh, it worked.
I mean, I'm so proud of you.
Look, first shot. We've never been this successful ever in doing this. So, one shot.
I do like the fact that I got you to the screen that I was talking about.
That was work. That was work.
I click a lot of random buttons. I'm like, stop clicking those buttons.
That's what she said. Anyway. All right, everybody. Welcome. It is to our holiday, whatever. It's our end of year Q&A session. It just, because of work and life, it's easier to do it closer to the holiday because that's when we all have time off. I need to stop looking over there now because I keep seeing myself delayed and that's messing my brain up good. But here we are.
That's why you put YouTube as your main screen, so that you're exactly what you should be.
So then I'll be late.
Brad sounds like his feed isn't the right source. Well, that would be bad.
No. You sound good in my ears.
I don't like that at all.
We'll find out. Oh. No, hold on. See, everybody? This is why we check these things.
I am correct on Squadcast.
No, there's like a mono thing I have to do here, I think.
You're screwing me up?
This is OBS does this. All right, so just real quick. I'm correct, and I assume Brad, it's saying Brad, check your volume. It's not it. I know what it is. Brad, talk some more.
I will talk some more because John is trying to limit my power.
Is that better, everybody? Wait for it. It's probably fine. We weren't even in the microphone audio setting. That was kicking out. So
you gotta give me the juice, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Huzzah! Still low. Juice me up, bro.
No,
Juice
he's
me
good.
Up.
Yeah, I was intentionally just making Brad quieter for everybody.
What a douche move.
Welcome to the John Barsotti Q&A with Brad video.
Aw, that's hurtful. We can hear Brad. Not sure if it's better.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, there's always technical difficulties. So here we are, end of year Q&A session. Welcome, everybody. All right. So really just wanted to, as always with these end of year Q&As, or as with every Q&A session, start off with massive thank you. You've all been listening all year. It's amazing to us how many listeners we have, how far this thing has grown, how much interaction we're getting. It's super great. It's super amazing. And we couldn't be happier. And so we figured we'd do one of these at the end of the year before Brad goes and gets, is it like 11 surgeries you're getting in the next 5 days? Is it on discount? Brad got a BOGO.
I did schedule one at Alan's house. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently U of M was running a BOGO. And Brad decided to pick up on it. So we're going to do some of these. And hopefully be able to record some more afterwards.
You know, I'm going to ask a question because I don't know the answer to this. And I should have asked somebody at some point in time. Why is it always the same time, no matter when your surgery is, that you're supposed to stop eating and drinking?
Oh, it's always that's right. Yeah, you're fasting right now, aren't you?
Well, it's at midnight. It's always at midnight. But it's at midnight whether my surgery is at 1 PM or 6 AM. Like, what is the actual time that they want?
It's 12 hours.
It's not 12 hours. It's
no, I know it is. It's just they just don't care about your health. They're like, it's like
no, guys. I understand why why it's for anesthesia, 100%. I'm saying, what's the time? Like, what is the actual time frame?
It's usually 12 hours.
No matter when my surgery is, it's always stop eating and drinking at midnight. Doesn't matter when the actual procedure is. So, like, I'm either not eating or drinking for 6 hours, or I'm not eating or drinking for 12 hours. But, like, it's always the exact same. Tomorrow will be my 16th time under general anesthetic in the last 15 years. So, but it's always the same, no matter when I'm going. So
Nailed
it's
it.
always crazy. You know, it is Kevin on that. It's 8 to 12, but it's never 8 to 12 because I always try to get mine in the morning. But yeah, it just cracks me
that's
up.
why I said I don't think they care about you. Is what there is. They're like, when should I stop eating? And they're just like,
you.
I don't know, man. Like, if you could not eat before you showed up, we'd appreciate it. Worst case scenario, you
don't
choke
eat
to
a
death.
big breakfast.
Yeah. All right, but end of year, we got a few things I want to cover with everybody. Some Q&A stuff we want to get to. But let's just open with a big one. And the big one, as I teased a long time ago, is I want to have a little debate over how many of the factions are completely useless. So sorry, how many of the Primarchs and their legions are completely useless to the lore.
Oh, you're going to make me fight about this.
Yeah, we're going to open with this, and we'll get to more fun stuff later. We've got 20 legions, all right? And, well, technically, so 2 of them are gone, and I actually like that. I like the idea of there being 2 missing legions. But as a result, you end up with 18, so 9 and 9. My point is, we could have gone 12 down to 10. I think both sides have at least 4 legions that if we didn't have, I wouldn't notice. So.
No.
Yeah. We'll start off with the easy one. White Scars.
You hate them so much. Have they
I don't hate
Tau
them
for you?
I don't hate White Scars. Tau actually bad touched me for all of 8th edition. That's my dislike of Tau. But the thing about White Scars is I just get annoyed that through all the Heresy novels, they're awesome. They are a key player in the lead up to the Heresy, the fight the Heresy. They're massively important in the Siege of Terra. Awesome. And then the Heresy ends, Jagadai Khan goes somewhere, and GW's been writing for the last...
He's in the Dark City.
Yeah, but we had 20 years basically of like, oh yeah, and then the White Scars, like this one guy showed up and did one thing in this one battle. Like we've been doing battles now.
Battle.
Like we've been talking Wars of Armageddon. You know, we've done well, you guys don't know this yet, but spoiler alert, another War of Armageddon. We've done Badab. We've done a bunch of these wars, and we're doing more and more of them, and the White Scars just never come up. Like War of the Beast. Nope. No White Scars. And so it's just weird to me. So my point is, if GW doesn't care about them, why do I have to? That's my viewpoint on White Scars. Seems fair. But
I accept the anesthesia answer.
someone made it clear.
Oh, yeah. No, he made a great point. He's just like, they tell you the same time, period, no matter what, because they don't want to get sued. I got it. I like it.
Fair.
It just cracks me up because, like, I have stuff coming up, and all of them go midnight, and all of my surgeries are at, different times during the day. And I'm like, I don't believe you.
Just, to be fair.
Hello. Also, I would love to have a podcast of me just going nuts about the Lords of Terror, but I actually don't think I could maintain that. I would hospitalize myself because as John makes fun of me,
would quit.
I get actually angry when I talk about it.
You couldn't do that because the problem is it would actually be it's not that you put you in the hospital. It would actually be just a drain on your life. It would be like by the 11th one you did, you'd be like, I'm sad today. Why am I sad today? Oh, because later today I'm going to talk about the Lords of Terra.
Yeah. We would have to do it really early, so I'd have to get it out of my system and go.
Right. But yeah, tell you what, let's dig into this. All right. I do want to spend some time on, you want to start with Legion? You want to start with Loyalist? Or you want to start with Traitor? Who is the most unneeded of the Legions? Let's start with Loyalist because it's more fun. White Scars are easy. Okay, White Scars. Next. Do we really need salamanders? I'm kidding.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
I will punch you.
I took so much heat for that. But like, honestly, okay, so Loyalist a little bit easier because you do have, Ultramarines we have to have. Dark Angels actually do have critical, healthy, fresh lore. Blood Angels, yeah. They almost killed them off, but still good. So now we start running.
And Dante's a big deal in that. Matter of fact, new lore with the new Deathster and everything too.
Yeah, it's actually the funny thing. I actually can't pull as many out of the Loyalist. I do think it's probably just Raven Guard is the other one that's like.
But the thing is Raven Guard's not because Raven Guard isn't getting as many books and stuff for it. But Raven Guard has very robust rules in every.
You're talking about tabletop. I'm talking about lore. That's the thing.
I know, but I'm saying even when they give him at least a little bit when they keep giving him new rules and stuff like that, so they give him some.
All right. I mean, all right. So the only ones we have would be Iron Hands,
And
White
you
Scars.
have to give Korax at least some mojo. He is legitimately an invisible demon prince sneaking around in the warp.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sniping dudes. That's
Korax,
badass.
Okay, as badass as it is, the story you just described, the words you used to tell it, are almost as long as that entire story is. Like, it's a badass story, and I love it, but then you're like, well, where can I read about this incredible story, John? What novel is it in? Oh, it's in a collection of short stories. It's one of them.
As of 12 hours ago, I was in Chicago practicing for the team tournament where we're playing. I'm going to tell everybody we're playing. Oh, the detachment was the Raven Guard detachment for my two of the 1,000 point armies, and we're playing. Our lore is from Rin's world. That's the whole thing we're doing. So we're playing 4 Marine detachments.
Okay. I still stand by. Like, the Korax story is cool. It's like a paragraph. That's the thing. So it's okay. I also think Iron Hands, they could have just let them die off. Mostly because end of 8th edition.
Yeah. I'm still scarred from that.
I mean, they still. This is the thing. When I make these comments, guys, I'm not targeting them in the sense of like I actually hate these legions. It's more this piece of you start to get repetitions, a challenge. And when you look at the Iron Hands are a little bit different because from a lore standpoint, they are a bit more machine focused. It's kind of cool, but it's just they're just a lot. And what happens is when you're doing these, where a lot of this came from me, is when we're writing these episodes and we're doing these casts. One of the challenges is you start, as I called out in the Salamanders, you start just having to say the same story over and over again. Like it tends to repeat a little bit. Whereas some of them are very different.
He showed up multiple times. They were in the Angron blowing up the Coral Engine, wrecked a lot of the Salamander stuff because they were right there. You know what I mean?
The Salamanders I was just giving grief to. The Salamanders are really good. Salamanders, Dark Angels, Fists, and Ultramarines are like, and Blood Angels, and then of course Space Wolves. They're great because they actually have flavor and there's differences to them. They are, you're going to get that weird overlap of like, they're the most loyal chapter unless, like, if I say who's the most loyal Space Marine chapter, it really depends on the book you're reading because that's all it's ever been. But I think from the loyalist standpoint, the White Scars are different, but they just struggle with the fact to me that there just isn't that much lore around them. And their whole thing is we go fast.
I mean, you do hate horses and bikes in 40K.
They make no sense. Like, we've got, in theory, I'm in a tank that can go almost Mach 1. Or a bike with tires. Which one do you want to be in?
Look, man, all I'm saying is that the Marine bikers operate that bike with like their knee or something because they held 2 weapons while they're driving.
Well, I also like the idea. Is it the Dark Angel bike that has where the guns are actually attached to the handlebar, so it actually only shoots straight ahead? So you have to like turn. So if someone's over there, and I don't know who here has ridden a bike or not ridden a bike, but if you turn your handlebars suddenly while going fast this way, you don't turn, you just die. So, throwing it out there.
It's funny. I like the fact that one of the comments was, "Is it true the Alpha Legion are loyalists now?" No one knows what they are. They might have been loyal the whole time, or they might have been the greatest deceivers of all time.
Alpha Legion are fun though. That's what makes Alpha fun. You're like, so are you a traitor? Maybe. So are you loyal?
I am Alfarius.
Yeah. Also maybe. Yeah, so someone called it out that when we do our Alpha Legion cast, we should do our Alpha Legion cast, but not our Omega, but not our Omegon cast. He goes like, that's a good one. I like that. I like that idea a lot. But back to what we're trying to cover. Who else doesn't matter is kind of what I'm getting at.
You know who is? I'll go into traders a little bit because even though they're
traders are
my
easier.
favorites, because Iron Warriors haven't had great rules, but unless they're supposed to be, they're talking about bringing some of it back, but they haven't had anything for Perturabo and the Warriors in a while. You know what I mean? I don't think they're useless at all.
The problem is
it just bugs me that they haven't brought them into the play.
The issue with the Iron Warriors remind me a lot of like when we were kids, like the G.I. Joe. It was Snake Eyes, and who was the other one? It was
Snake Eyes and what?
The other guy. So there was Snake Eyes, and then Cobra had their counterpart to Snake Eyes. Someone in the chat helped me out with this one. It was a common thing you would get. You would always get like a good, whatever like major character, especially the good guys had. The bad guys would have the goatee version of that. That was just that's just what we grew up with.
But it's just my
and that's what the Iron Warriors are.
Iron Warriors should be consistently still fighting.
Storm Shadow. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. But Iron Warriors were constantly, obviously Perturabo and Rogel Dorn had their beef, and that kept them at odds. But the chapters didn't continue it as much after he went. And I thought that there was
what I'm getting at is if you look at the two of them, Rogel Dorn is supposed to be this super stoic, calm leader who's brutal, and then Perturabo is this very brutal, non-stoic leader. And so that's why he's on attack and Rogel Dorn's on defense. Those two are written to basically give both people their own version of them, but it just doesn't really matter. You don't need that. And what happens, and the reason I don't like it, is that when you then cover them, it overlaps.
But I think you're wrong on that one, because it gives a reason for some people to go to Chaos in the first place. It was like the deciding factor for in the Horus Heresy why the Iron Warriors went over into Chaos, because he just wanted to be on the other side from Rogel Dorn.
I get that. What I'm saying though is I
like a personal grudge, man.
Right, but cool. The thing is, what I'm saying is that if we go into the lore of them, it's the same lore. It's the same. It's what happens is stuff just repeats. So it's great if you don't want to have to, read a bunch of different stuff, but I'm just getting kind of sick of reading the same story over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want them to be continued. I think they're interesting. I think they're a failed thing. I don't think that you don't need them. I think that they have been wildly underutilized.
I don't know.
They basically said Rogel Dorn's not there anymore, and they just kind of left that alone.
But let's also look at the reason for Chaos is a little bit easier for me.
We are matching in it, and unlike people that went, oh no, we're matching, one of us has to change. I actually didn't have mine on, and I went and put it on.
Yeah,
for this.
These things are great. But what I would say is that like my issue, it's the same issue I have with Night Lords. It's the same issue. Like yes, the Night Lord stories are cool. In fact, I actually think this is why I don't think you need Raven Guard. I think you have Night Lords, so you don't need Raven Guard. I don't like it when you give me my diametric opposite. That's really not that different, because Raven Guard and Night Lords, one of them just a lot meaner than the other one. Yes. But the overlays, they're both sneaky. They're both massive subterfuge. We
are definitely going to get questions.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. Anyway. But that's more my issue with them. I think we can kill Raven Guard or Night Lords, kill Imperial Fists or Iron Warriors, kill off White Scars, just go. Word Bearers, I think Word Bearers should have been killed off in Heresy is what they should have done. I think the Word Bearers should have been a lead up into Heresy, and then they should have been killed off during the Heresy.
Well, it's funny because they actually exist, because you would have thought that the Loyalists would have made sure that they specifically, because they're the cause of the Horus Heresy.
Right. This is my opinion. I just think we should have gotten rid of them too. In this way,
I do like the fact that how I'm currently centered in the screen for this. It makes me even shorter.
Yeah, the next cast we'll do standing. I'll have to extend Brad's thing down a lot. There'll just be a lot of green space.
I could actually fix this. You know what?
Don't. It took me 3 minutes to get these cameras right. Don't touch anything. But yeah, see someone. That's the thing. But Word Bearers. This is it. What I'm saying is, from a lore standpoint, one of the biggest complaints I have about when we talk about Space Marines and Chaos and Loyalist is the fact that a lot of those stories just overlap, and they feel like kind of like, oh, hey, we wanted to give the good guys the same thing as the bad guys. Whereas I like it when people have something the other one doesn't have. Like if you made it so,
but they had to have Night Lords where you had to have half and half. So
whereas to me, I'd rather it be like, I think it would have been cooler if they said there is no Raven Guard, but there is Night Lords. So if you want to be a sneaky, quiet army, you have to be Chaos. It actually feels more Chaos to me. I'll be honest. Like a lot of the Raven Guard stuff, especially when you look at like Carcharodons. Raven Guard kind of were dicks out the gate, and they weren't that different from Night Lords. Just throwing that one out there. But same with like Iron Warriors. I don't think we have Iron Warriors. I think you should have Imperial Fist. And you do it this way. And this is how you cut them down pretty quickly. And then
I disagree on that. I like the rivalry.
Yeah.
I like rivalry games.
Yeah, I don't, and I do like that somehow in the chat. I'm watching myself. I might do this to myself. So go, John.
Go, John.
All right, but anyway, let's jump into actually some of the chat. We do have a good amount of people here, and so fun little experiment on John wants to get rid of chapters, but Brad's too loyal to the game of 40K to remove anybody. Sorry,
What?
loser.
I'm awesome.
All right, so let's go in. Don't have a ton of questions so far, so you guys ask whatever you want in the chat. We'll answer it. But you know what? What was the one I saw? Someone was asking a fun question about the Dark King. Oh God, yeah, Blood Angels Army. Good for you. Look, that's a fun paint scheme. Brad and I may be playing. Are you officially running Blood Angels at?
Oh, I haven't officially done anything. I'll figure it out the night of the submission.
All right,
So
perfect.
I've been really to be honest with you, I've been really focused on the team tournament for Adepticon because I have to do the list because we had to start for Adepticon we're going to a tournament. We will be there in end of March, Adepticon, and
Yeah,
it's a big team tournament, and for the team I'm playing, we will literally do casts of every single model we do because they want conversions. We want everything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so Alan's got to go. Yeah, that's a fair point.
So he's just like, you have to solidify this period so I can make these models.
But we had, so you're hoping they don't do a point up. Oh God.
What color wheelchair do you want for Adepticon? Pink, of course. I'll do unicorns on it. Omela did get me slippers for the house that say Brad Chester.
I still think I don't think you should be a wheelchair. I still think you need a rascal scooter. Like it's just there's no. I've been trying to tell Brad for a long time that what he needs to do is make like almost like a little front cart. So the basket on a rascal scooter, get that adapted so he can put his whole army in it and just roll up the tables that with like the T-Rex grabber claw, and you're golden. You can play yourself some 40K.
T-Rex with grabber claws, unstoppable.
I like the Red Rider flyer. Brad will fit in it lengthwise, but the width will be an issue.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm a door.
Yeah,
So.
you get wedged in it, and like, and not because Brad's fat, just that's too many years of squats. He'd be bending the sides of the Red Rider.
You just give an Alan quote from before. I jumped on his back, and he goes, "Why are you the weight of a dying star?" What are you doing?
Yeah, you are dense. That's the thing. I mean, I'm not surprised that like your body makes extra masses. It's kind of like what it does. Yeah.
I'm a white dwarf. I am the white dwarf.
All right, we're messing around too much, but I just want to swing in here at some of the questions here.
Brad, a phone book. I can barely see it. By the way, this is John centering me on the screen, purposely being me this low, which is so great.
You're fine. All right, so actually, one question I do want to answer is White Dragon asked if the Lords of Terror were a faction, would Brad play them? Yes, they would, because
they wouldn't. AdMech has been AdMech has literally been the best faction, wildly the most powerful, and I've never played them. They're my least favorite faction, and
it's because they have lots of models, and you don't.
I play Horde.
That's true.
I played Horde for multiple years.
That's right. You do play Horde.
I don't play things I don't like in lore.
What about the Minotaurs? If they gave Minotaurs,
man, they're throwing this in here. As I've sold my soul, I have to do this anytime a super chat. Go blue. Makes me sad.
That's on you. All right, but if Minotaurs were good, you'd play them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I like them. I don't care.
Yeah, that's Lords of Terror.
No, that is not Lords. I mean, that
Lords of
I
Terror.
guess it is kind of their. It is kind of their.
Like, how are they
minions?
That was quick. My name's Brad, and I have strong convictions. 30 seconds later, my name's Brad. My convictions are not
I
as
was
strong
just
as I
trying to
originally
figure out
thought.
if I've actually already played the Minotaurs.
Yeah, my convictions are not as cemented as I originally anticipated.
But they are, kind of.
Yeah.
I would not play the Lords of Terror. If they said the Lords of Terror, definitely I'd say that. I would play it.
Also, someone's asking about the fifth Chaos God. Fifth Chaos God is, I'll just dump it here. It's, in theory, is the Emperor. That's the theory in the fifth Chaos God, is it is the Emperor.
There's multiples of it. You've got the possible...
The newest book.
Possible, yeah. Well,
That's
yeah,
the problem.
he's always been, everybody knows that. He's been doing it for...
Well, it wasn't until then, and so there's it. I don't, again, I can spoil this bit to a point. I just won't do it as far into it as we could. In the last End of Death book, it's revealed that, yeah, the Chaos God's goal is to turn the Emperor into the fifth Chaos God. That's kind of what they're going for. There's more to it than that, and we'll get into it. Probably my plan is actually late 2026, because that way the book's been out for 2 years. They actually just announced they're doing a re-release of the book too, because I talked about this on the Salamanders cast. We cut it off kind of suddenly, and I wanted to give people a bit more information on that. The reason I did that is simply some of these books, the way GW will release, this is normal when you're releasing something that's a physical medium, you can only make so much of them because inventory is a really big issue. They know they're going to sell out. They don't know how much they're going to sell out by. So when GW released these books, they sold out actually faster than even GW was anticipating. So as a result, a lot of people didn't get a hold of the book.
They didn't do just, they did core. Anytime they put something out that's core lore, not just faction specific core like lore, they blow that up. So I think that they missed you. We got a lot of stuff on the wall on this. Vashtor. Vashtor is. I think Vashtor is basically a demigod.
Vashtor wants to ascend. Yeah, Vashtor is actually probably closest to Segarak. He's ascending, but he's not a full god yet. Vashtor is interesting. He's more of a warp power though, because he's not aligned with any of the Chaos gods specifically. He just targets machinery.
Well, he's a broker. He's a arms dealer basically.
Well,
he works for everybody. He also siphons power off of everywhere.
Yeah, it's where his power comes from is a bit odd. So I view him as the Eldar gods. It's the same concept. But so that's where Vashtor is. But that's where. So we're gonna cover the whole End of Death, probably like all the reveals in that in the end of 2026. That way, people have had a chance to get the books or listen to the audiobook, which I believe is 16 hours. Last time I checked it. That's a lot of listening. So anyway. That's that one. Can't believe they did go blue. People talking about.
I'm a huge bucket. There's a long story with that. I said I would do anything where we were always trying to drum up super chats on my old channel, and they were like, "Here's money. Say go blue," and it became a running chat, a running gag.
Yeah, Logan asked if they're going to ever bring any characters into other legions outside of the Ultramarines. They have. Yes. So they do it all the time. It's just the Ultramarines just get 2. Well, actually, so for every faction that gets one, the Ultramarines get one. In addition to that, so if Blood Angels get one, Ultramarines get one. If Space Wolves get one, Ultramarines get one. And so it happens at a certain point. Brad and his friend Kramer famously did run at Adepticon every single Ultramarine character, which means there was enough Ultramarine characters to fill out a 2,000 point army. Named characters.
Characters. We ran only named characters.
Yeah, there actually were that many of them. So yeah, and they send them to Legends, and then they make more. Whatever.
I like this just real quick. One competitive, one thematic wishlist change for 11th edition. Easy on the competitive. The
Psychic
fight phase
phase.
has to... No. You're way around. Fight phase has to be changed because you can do mechanical things that are super unfun in the fight phase that make it thematically terrible. I can make it so you can't fight in a phase even though you can technically move because you have to move to the closest, but you can't fight a 1 inch on the walls. So you can literally lock people in place and make people not fight, which is just unbelievable trash because it's manipulation of stuff. Thematically, I would actually like to see more Primarchs, Loyalist and Traitor. I would like to see. I like the Primarchs leading their legions. I like them to have things that buff their legion. I really like what they're doing right now with some of the new detachments that they just put out, where they've centered the detachment around a named character, and the named character gives them buffs. like the Blades of Ultramar right now. Big Boy, Marnius Calgar gives rules while he's on the board. The Raven Guard, Sean, gives rules while he's on the board. I like that leaders give things to the army. It should be flavorful when you have a character on the board. That's my jam.
I want my psychic phase back.
I mean, that's a huge thing.
I want it back.
When I look at things that I want to change, though, yeah, I agree on that. Yeah. But like when I look at things to change, I look for the unfun things to be taken out. You know
that's fine. Yeah, I want my psychic phase back, and then if I'm thematically, I want another Xeno faction. I'm a Xeno player. I own. Well, I guess that not all of them. I won't own Tau. Although actually, I say that I joke I won't own Tau. If my son asks for a Tau army, I will. In 3 months, I'll have 5,000 points of Tau. It's a very simple system for me. But I want to have something. Ooh, I'm gonna make people happier. I want a Skaven-esque faction for a Xenos.
Oh, I would love Skaven in a 4.
Not necessarily Skaven, but I want something that's like almost like the Cabal. Like, hey, let's make the Cabal actually a faction, and
you could do Skaven so easy because they could just be a Nurgle subset.
Well, I don't. But then it's chaos. I don't want it to be Nurgle. I want it to be another Xeno race that's been behind. That's super quiet.
You could be Xenos and still be.
They did it kind of like the way GSC is. So GSC, like they'll pop out of nowhere. If you could take a GSC style thing and blend it with a little bit of Eldar, and you could get a really cool extra Xeno faction. Just that's one thing they're missing. But I digress. Someone asked the best way to get into 40K for someone who's new. Horus Heresy is great. The other ones, it's really, the problem is you have 400 novels.
Are you talking about getting in the game or getting into the lore?
Just the lore, yeah. Or just to get. I mean, getting into the game.
Go to a game store. Getting into, no, but you go to the game store and what you're looking for is an escalation league.
Yeah, always.
And patrol, because they start very small points and people you can grow your army up, and then you find out what you like also.
Yeah, and a lot of stores have them. You can also try Kill Team. Kill Team's a fun way to kind of understand the basics of the game. It is goofy. Kill Team doesn't line up. Yeah, it's just the problem with Kill Team's like I joke. There's actually a store I can almost see from my front door. I mean, I could walk there in 5 minutes. And they play 40K on Sundays. I'm like, oh, I should go over. It's Kill Team. And so I had someone ask me, well, John, why don't you play Kill Team? Like, it's because I own 60,000 points. I just don't want to play with that little of it.
Yeah, Kill Team is very fast. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fantastic. Some thank yous.
I do kind of wonder what people think I was supposed to look like when they said that my voice does not match. What I look like does not match my voice.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. I don't know. I've had a lot of fun comments. Like, I thought you were like, yeah, nope. I mean, I do have a very unique last name. People are like, I didn't realize you look like that. Like, it's an Italian name. But
they just thought you were just going to be throwing a pizza pie in the air.
Well, no, the other way. They just all different ethnicities. So I was like, literally, the last name's Barsati. But anyway, someone did ask, what if Gilliman stays as regent and other Primarchs come back? Yeah, the Lion's not a huge fan of this.
It's going to stay, though, because when your superpower is running stuff, it's hard for anybody to make a good claim against it.
The only one who I could see coming back and being an issue is Dorn. Dorn could come back and be like, yeah, look, you can run it, but I'm in charge. It's kind of how those two that would kind of fall at the side. Yeah, someone said go blue. What's it imply? So this is stupid. Brad's wearing a hat right now with an O on it because who cares? And their
who
biggest
cares?
It's college
I'm a
football. Giant
Ohio State fan. And a lot of people that are.
What year did you graduate?
Why does that matter? I don't have to be a college. I'm not saying Toledo. So.
Look, I'm not rooting for Puget Sound where I went to college, so we're good. But I don't root for college football. I'm also from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I was just about to say, since you hate college sports, you hater.
Hey, bore me. I watch pro.
But there's a lot of Michigan fans. One of my best friends since childhood is a Michigan fan. So
yeah, the
joke was every time they would give money to the cast, that I had to give a Go Blue because I hate them.
Go Blue is Ohio's biggest rival.
Someone also OHIO.
Yeah. Someone also asked real quick when we were talking about the Chaos Gods, Malal. Malal will spend some. I think we may do a cast on Malal. Malal was part of early lore. So at GW, what GW will do is they kind of like to do the ex-girlfriend treatment to their old lore, where they won't say that they didn't exist, but they will stop acknowledging their existence.
Yeah, they won't talk about it. They won't go anywhere with it. One of the
That's
things,
Malal.
if you go with, a couple people were talking about like what is the wildest theory that you like. There's a lot of things on the King in Yellow that are pretty out there that I like quite a bit.
Yeah, King in Yellow will be fun. King in Yellow is super fascinating, although they did reveal it pretty badly. But yeah, so that's where like Malal is cool. For those who don't know, Malal was actually like the original Chaos God, for lack of a better phrase. I think he existed a bit more in fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to dive back into it a little bit. But Malal's kind of this evil incarnate, for lack of a better phrase for him. And then later they separated the evil incarnate into different types of evil, which was actually a much better writing mechanic and allows for a lot more depth and character development. So good move on their part.
Gilliman dying is something that's not happening.
Gilliman, they tried to kill him. You can't kill.
I mean, right now they center a lot of things around him. He's the rebirth of the Imperium's been going downhill for a long time.
Yeah.
It'll be obvious the thing John gets over.
What did they do? Yeah. No, it's not.
Bureau of Motor Vehicles, my friend.
It is not. You're the only state. Look, if you're the only state that does something and you're a state that matters, maybe. But like Ohio hasn't earned the right to have their own term for the Department of Motor Vehicles. You haven't.
I can't leave this one alone because I can Princess Bride it. He goes, Gilliman can't. I go, Gilliman can't die. He goes, he almost died, but he was only mostly dead.
Yes. Yes. Oh, good God. All right. Someone did ask for Glass City. Brad is thinking about running Blood Angels. We shall see. Our hope is for us to play each other. We'll let you all know if that's official.
I don't know do you golf? I golf.
No.
I've in a hot minute because I've been broken, but
no.
What do you mean no?
No.
You're like the guy that should golf. You do all kinds of businessy things.
Yeah, and I have to dress like a douchebag. I don't want to fucking play.
You don't want to seal the deal.
Jesus.
Also,
do you realize how much I look like golf? Like this is like I'm 6'4". I'm 200 pounds. I've got gray hair. I wear a suit all the time. I don't need to add this to the checklist. All right, like no. Jiu-jitsu.
And to make sure that my goofy Hulk smash self, when I golf, I have the world's worst short game, and I can bang drive so much. As soon as I get anywhere near the green, I just give up. Basically, I'm the best in scrambles, but I can get on a par 5 and 2, and then quadruple bogey, and I'm the worst.
Oh, someone did call it a Saruthi army. I would play a Saruthi army. 100% with a Saruthi army. Oh yeah,
Camo should definitely not play the Emperor in that.
No,
have you guys ever cried while reading the lore? I've had a tear in my eye. There's some really good stuff. You know, some of the most emotional moments on the lore are like some of the people in the Imperial Guard stuff, even though they're not my favorites on that, but they have very human moments.
Well, because the Guard's much better. The Guard, the truth is, you're supposed to attach yourself much more to the Guard. I've actually heard the Tau books are that way. I actually haven't read them, but I've heard the Tau books are that way too. They're very, very well written.
They get they get them very personal.
Yeah,
I mean, just think about the fact of the Exodite series on Warhammer Plus, where they followed this Tau stealth team. I thought that was fantastic.
Someone did ask a question. So I'm jumping through the chat. That's why I see me looking over here. Do we think the Imperium will eventually push to a point where they try and replicate the technologies in the Dark Age technology? They're already doing that. Like that is literally the ad.
They've been doing it a little bit, low key on that. Admec's been doing it for a hot minute. The thing is Bobby G's bringing back a lot of stuff that's not really Dark Age technologies, but is bringing it back. Because again, like I was saying a little bit earlier, the Imperium's been on a very big decline because it's been a never-ending war, but they've just been reacting. They're now actually starting to effectively have agency over the galaxy with the return of Gilliman. That's what he's trying to do. He's not just putting out fires. He's actually trying to push their place in the
Well-
galaxy, right? For, I mean, what, 9,000 years we've accidentally kept everything going because there's just so many humans that
Yeah.
we were too big to fail, basically.
Yeah. Another one here I do like is what happened or is happening to all the Primarch clones from what's his name? Emperor's Children. Fabius Bile. So Abaddon had an opinion on them. So
He's broken a lot of he Rick from Rick and Morty, a lot of clones.
yeah. They're all destroyed. It's an interesting concept of bringing them back. That was, I'll be honest, that is something that I hope GW never even contemplates doing, only because from experience, when they're like, oh, we cloned the Primarch, we would be in a 40k arms race overnight, where it's like all of a sudden you'd have Primarch armies. So that's why I don't love the concept of it. I am with Brad. I would like to see more Primarchs in the game, although I don't really. I'm torn. I like the Primarchs coming back. I don't like them on the tabletop.
On this one.
Go.
So, thank you so much, Wayne Goodman. Do you think GW keeps with the changing the Primarch moods with what they did with, and thanks for help with the research paper?
Yeah, he didn't know. That was awesome. I'm super happy to help out with that. Yeah.
They keep. So the Primarchs in this are a big deal. They want to have things for later, and obviously they want to future-proof their game, so they don't want to front load everything out there, so they can keep doing stuff. So I do think that they're going to always have a little bit of a teaser of what could be to leave it up there for future.
Yeah, I think the problem with the Primarchs is they've been a problem on the tabletop. I actually think Angron's the only Primarch that's actually hit the tabletop and hasn't been an issue. In the sense that I think that Angron is very killable, very playable, and he's very brutal when you play with him. I don't think Angron's broken. The rest of them are usually just terrible or exceptional. Angron's the only one I think, you know better than I do, but I can't think of them where Angron was oppressive.
No, Fulgrim's probably fine. He's probably a little under where he should be.
Right.
Mortarion has been an issue or a nothing. And
Magnus
has been just ridiculous multiple times.
Gilliman actually might be the worst. 8th edition Gilliman was hilarious.
Well, he's been the ultimate force multiplier of all time.
Yeah, and the Lion has never been very good.
Which makes me sad on that. He should be so much more of a beatstick.
He's
actually better now with his extra rules and his point reduction. He should just be better.
He should, but yeah, I just use it as an example. That the thing about Primarchs, but I like them in the lore. I like the idea of, because the one challenge, this is John Tangent, but it's true. The issue I have in the lore is the Imperium has been losing for almost the entirety of this game. And I would like to see a period of the lore
Scream. Sorry.
Well, I'd like them to win for a little bit. What was that?
Oh, the last chat.
Oh, yeah, Brad. Yeah, no. I don't think you guys understand. I've told this story before. I'm saying it again. For a long time, when we first started the cast, Brad told me he's got a website coming. It'll be here any day now. And so the idea was, which by the way, it never arrived, but that's a side note for a different day. But the idea was, well, in the short term, we should get some coaching clients. So how do they get a hold of you, Brad? And what could go wrong with screaming your email into the internet? And the reason this is funny is it actually wasn't a problem until we got big. You did that for, 9 months. You were saying your email into it. Working. And we were getting this is when we would get 1,000 downloads a week, maybe. And it was okay. And it was all pretty much diehard fans. No big issue. Space Marine 2 comes out. We go from 1,000 downloads a week into the hundreds of thousands of downloads a week. And now this thing's being auto-transcribed. So if you actually go and look at it, it's written out. So every bot on the planet began emailing stuff to Brad.
I lost that email twice. I don't even bother in it anymore. I occasionally think about looking at it.
Oh, that email's awesome. Yeah.
I had to recover it twice.
Nothing says I'm 50 or I'm over 50 and using the internet.
I'll say, if only I was 50, that'd be awesome. Also, I like one of the comments. I'm going to go into this.
Please, yeah.
Idris Elba as Vulcan. I love Idris Elba as an actor, and he would be a fantastic Vulcan.
Yeah, he would. I mean,
I think he's got a commanding presence. You just need, if you're going to play a Primarch, I just think you need to have a physicality and a presence. You know what I mean? You have.
yeah, that's
no amount of super suit is going to give you. You need to be able to project that amount of,
Yeah.
You need to have mojo, some moxie.
yeah. All right, so someone's asking about Adepticon, doing the actual tournament, the Fun League. Do the actual tournament, and the reason I'll say that is I actually think the Fun League is harder to play in than the regular singles event. And the singles event's nice. It's one day. It's 4 games. It's a grinder, but you knock it out.
If you want to do, I think the one that you want to do that's the most though, do the doubles.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Doubles is the best. Doubles is the most fun. The narrative actually is more, I know, candidly, or is it narrative, whatever they call it, the fun thing, Adepticon, is actually more for veteran players. It's veteran players who just don't want to have a competitive day. And so that game, it's really, because that game is wild. Like they will call out, they change rules partway through it. It's a really fun event, but you have to be pretty comfortable with the rules of 40K to play in it, if I'm being honest. So I'd recommend doing just the regular singles. I think it's better, my opinion.
Yeah. One of the things, Michael Clark Duncan, RIP, man, he could play. Yeah, he'd be a Vulcan. That dude was a monster.
He was Vulcan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone was asking, getting into 40K, the best way, but he asked the question twice, so I want to make sure I do it again. If the best way to get into 40K from a lore standpoint is going to be the early Horus Heresy books, and then definitely
Horus Heresy,
Eisenhorn.
I've got it though. I was going to say, Horus Heresy, Eisenhorn, Gaunt's Ghost. It gives you a great view of different things in the lore. Yeah,
and then from there, you can kind of follow. The other thing, too, what I will say is once you start reading it, if you start wanting to play the game, go to a local store, start playing, then go to Reddit for advice, or our Discord, either way, for the best advice on which book to read if you're into a faction. So let's say you're like, hey, I really like Tyranids. There's obviously no Tyranid novel, but there's novels that really cover the Tyranids, either the GSC or the Tyranids. You get great advice on it, because the one warning I have to tell people is some of the Black Library books aren't that great.
They're hit and miss.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you're getting into it, if you do the Horus Heresy books, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4 Horus Heresy, and then you do Eisenhorn, and then you do Gaunt's Ghost, it'll give you a broad enough spectrum. After that, you can start to go, these are the things that interest me, and you go into those books. But that gives you a shotgun approach of basically dipping into a lot of different stuff. Because Eisenhorn gets you into like some different of the Xenos races and stuff too, because he kind of interacts with everyone.
Like one guys asked, a suit, Italian last name, cauliflower, business or business? It's just regular business. Let's just say I looked at white male privilege and went like, well, that'll just work out great for me, and followed through on it pretty hard.
And I did the opposite.
Yeah, well, because all white male.
I went, are you going to be attacked on your way to school, Brad? Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I'm fighting random guys in the morning.
Which Chaos God would be the most happy to be in our universe if only one could transfer over Khorne?
For me, I think it's Tzeentch by like a mile.
No, because Tzeentch needs to be in the warp and be mysterious. Khorne just would wander. Khorne would do in the Materium what Drago's doing in the Immaterium, just wandering around punching things.
I was thinking about just if he's actually in this world as opposed to anything.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying like who would be
pull strings.
Who would be happier than Khorne? Just like
Khorne would not be happy because he'd have like a day and a half before everybody's dead when he's just standing there.
That's true. Yeah, like Highlander.
He's freaking Tzeentch would be pulling strings and doing stuff.
Yeah, someone's asking me how the Lion and the G-Man reunion will go. I expect we'll get that pretty soon. I think within coming into 11th edition, we probably will get some sort of a novel where the two of them do link up. I'm hoping they won't do this, but that they'll do the bit from Predator when Dylan and
Carl Weathers.
yeah, like that's how they shake hands. Yeah.
Oh, soft.
Someone's I'm wanting to have salamanders as my starting army, new to the hobby. Honestly, if you want salamanders to be it, just buy models and paint them. The codexes are really only for playing on the tabletop. The core book you don't, I think, need anymore because it's effectively fully digital at this point. Wait until, and also you shouldn't be buying any core books right now. We're getting a new edition in June. If you're new to the hobby, the entire game, we're going to get a new edition right around the June timeline. Get the Salamander Codex, paint your models, go and learn how to play the game at a local store with friends, whatever it is. But yeah, you don't need to master this game right now because 11th should be a 10.5.
Yeah.
But it might not be. We never know with GW. Clone Grim come back at, oh, no. Trade. I don't know what they're going to do with Trajan. So someone asked a question: should the clone Fulgrim come back as part of Trajan's collection as a loyalist? Trajan's actually kind of a problem for the lore, and the reason I say that is that Trajan is an awesome story. He's super funny to read, but his collection is actually an issue because he has a quirk. He has a Fulgrim clone. He has things that actually could upend the entire universe. Candidly, if a Quark got released into the universe, the orcs would all align around it. The orcs would conquer the galaxy. It would just be, that fast.
Trajan's the infinite for a reason. So.
Exactly. But that's why Trajan's the Trajan collection is this kind of like fun side thing. But you have to be very careful with it from a lore standpoint because it is a Pandora's box, effectively. And he's got stuff in there that would end it.
You know what? I'm not going to be lured into this High Lords of Terror did nothing wrong conversation, but I will talk. At some point in time, we might, I don't know if we're ever going to do a standalone Melkador because he's in so much stuff that we've covered him in a lot of different small stories.
Yeah. And he the truth is he's really like a lore force multiplier. When I say by that is, I mean, he makes a story better by him being in it, but he's not in it a lot. He's always kind of this piece.
He's like an enigmatic character too. You don't know exactly what is going on.
Yeah.
He's the Emperor's guy that makes things happen, and they leave it mysterious for that. I like the fact that they leave Malkador mysterious a lot.
Yeah. Someone asked, you guys ever consider doing a cast of the Mysteries of 40K? We'll probably just do some one-offs in this show on it about some of the bits that just are like, hey, the Ghoul Stars are a good example of this. There's stuff in the Ghoul Stars that are just confusing and like where ships just disappear. And it'd be there's some fun kind of stories about that. Is it Chaos? Is it Xenos? Is it probably both? Yeah. Someone else asking, do you guys put any backstory from the lore into the conversation right before you play a battle? Okay, this is actually a tricky one. When you go to a tournament, no, because I'm usually, if it's the first game of the day, I have whiskey in my coffee. It's the middle part of the day, might just be whiskey, and the third game of the day, ooh. But you just walk up and play. That's how it is.
But it used to be different though. Back in the day, remember you used to have your little piece of fluff and everything. So well, that's what I was going to say. Yes and no. Yeah. Yeah,
it used to be you had to. You actually were required when you played the game to explain what your army was and all these things. Now, there's another style of the game called narrative. And when you do narrative, it's mostly done when you play with your friends, and I've done this a few times, where you're actually putting together a battle or a concept. This is not as popular as it used to be in stores, but with friends you can do it. It's awesome. So that answers that one. Think of the new female custodes. Oh, I got in trouble for this already. I'm doing it again. I fully support female custodes.
Who cares?
I know. Well, people got upset about it. So here's just for quick backstory, everybody. GW suddenly out of nowhere said that there were female custodes. They technically were totally right. In the lore, the custode is the firstborn of a noble from Terra. Not firstborn male, firstborn. It was always this. The only challenge this had was the original custode models were dudes with abs and no shirts on. So people got upset. I actually fully support this. One thing I would like to see them do if GW really wanted to push the narrative a little bit was bring back one of the lost Primarchs and have it be a female Primarch. And that's the real reason why it went away, is because the gene seed wouldn't work, because the gene seeds are tied by gender, and maybe you'd have to have an all-female Space Marine Legion. Be interesting. You're just saying it's 51% of the population. They're allowed to have their own super soldiers. Not just guns.
You tried. You can always get me. I'm very easily to con into doing things. This weekend, my buddy wanted me to move a giant heavy object, and he instantly just said, "You're probably not strong enough to take this
Oh, of course you fell for that.
refrigerator out." I said it out loud that this is so easy for you to do. I also did a Brad feat of strength and destroyed something. I ripped the entire side of the bottom of the refrigerator off while we were moving it. He's like, "I don't even understand how you did this." I'm like,
I do. Brad's not careful.
Hulk smash.
This is getting heavy. What if I squeeze it harder? That's not how.
What would your option be?
That's not how gravity works. Brad, that someone's asking, would you like to see Vulcan or Lehman Russ back first?
That's a tough one, actually, because I would say Russ right now, because Russ should have came back already. So in my mind, I already had expected him, because when they did the 13th Legion coming back, the Wolfen, that was the whole prophecy of Lehman Russ coming back. So like I would have put money on that he was coming back, and then they just didn't bring him back. So in my mind, I kind of already, they also had the lore ready for him, like the way that they brought out the models and everything that they brought, the entire line of things that they've been bringing out are all the end time stuff for Lehman Russ to come back in the Space Wolf prophecies.
Yeah, 100%. The truth of the matter is that, I mean, if I'm being honest, Lehman Russ is a better addition to the tabletop game. Vulcan's a better addition to the overall lore.
100%, because he would be put in charge of huge sectors and told to take care of them.
That's what Vulcan, I mean, Lehman would do stuff, but it's to the point I was making earlier where I would like to see the Imperium just kind of get a section of the galaxy back. It'd be nice if it was like, oh, hey, the Imperium has secured Segmentum Solar and, like, I don't care, Segmentum Pacificus, I don't care. But 2 of the Segmentums are fully secured. You know, they've got a good footing and they're pushing back into the enemies of humanity. I think that'd be a really cool piece. And the way you could do that would be Vulcan comes back, where Gilliman is running the show, and between Vulcan and the Lion, they're able to just secure these sections, and it's nice rather than like, oh, everyone's gonna die tomorrow. But who Henry Cavill would be best to play? Eisenhorn. Yeah, Brad and I are aligned on that one. That's an easy one for both of us. The Void Dragon shard on Mars. I actually want them just to talk more about it. I want to know more about the Void Dragon on Mars.
Well, you do know the AdMech, like basically Mars is powered by that. By the way, he's effectively the battery for.
That's why I want more on it. I mean, like, because the story is the Emperor actually tamed it. That's the whole thing. The Emperor put it there, and then left, and then came back later. It's a whole thing. But
also,
cool.
I'm giving a Brad theory out of nowhere on this. I still think that the Emperor is just a regular dude, and everybody sees him because everybody sees the Emperor as what he effectively either they want or he wants them to see.
Yeah.
Because you got to think that the Emperor again was alive for tens of thousands of years before all this, before there was genetic guys. So if he was just a 8.5, 9 foot tall dude through history, you think there would be more notice of him.
Oh, no, I mean, the Emperor. I see what you're saying. The Emperor. I think the Emperor and Malkador look the same. Like, I think it's that what you're saying. Like, he's just like he might be my height, maybe. Like, that's the idea. But he is also a god of power. One person did ask the best novel for Black Templar. I actually can't answer that, so I would just kick you to Discord or to Reddit for that one. They're in a
bunch of other people's stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if they've got a good standalone novel. Yeah, Batista would be a great Angron. Yeah, he would. I'm trying to think. Ooh, here's a random one, Brett. Who would be, and I mean current Gary Busey? Who's the best person? Who should current Gary Busey? Current. I don't know if you saw the video from the other day where he's making the bird noises.
Yes, he's with his hair exploded out.
I think I would love. I'm trying. Who could current Gary Busey play in 40K? Commissar. It's got to be a commissar.
The Emperor on his throne.
Oh, well, yeah. I think it'd be a great commissar. Like, do we actually have to follow him? Yeah.
Actually, no. He made a great thing. Conrad Kurz. It would be Gary Busey.
God, yes, that would be
just
Gary
losing
Busey.
His mind, just saying random crap and doing 3 backflips and just leaving.
Brad, what's your favorite model of all time?
Eldred.
Yeah. I don't feel like wheeling my chair over there.
No, it's a
Which
it's
one?
A lore. What's
The
that?
model. Which model? Which Eldrad model?
Oh, I was just saying that. I was doing lore on it.
Yeah.
Actual, just physical like model that I like.
Yeah.
Probably Mortarion.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got so much stuff going on. Like his base and model is just. I like busy models. I like a lot of stuff happening.
I just love my Gargantuan Squiggoth, so I'll always say that.
Oh God.
A book club. That could be interesting for the. That could be interesting. I like the idea. Russell Vulcan, we did that. Kill Team. Do we either of us play any other games like Horus Heresy, Necromunda, or Age of Sigmar? I do not. I don't have time.
I play a bananas amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Or at least I have in the past. I've been gaming for forever, and I'm old, so I've played kind of everything.
Someone asked about what if the Emperor was resurrected? It would ruin the game.
It would ruin the game.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that would just like that's one of those things. If you wrote, it's like the last season of the show Lost. You're just going to disappoint people because you've made this too complicated to bring him back.
I'll give a thing. A couple people had asked, like certain people that have talked to the Emperor, did they talk to the Emperor? Almost everybody that's went had an experience with the Emperor, but you have to remember that the Emperor is not just the Emperor anymore. The Emperor was shattered, and then he's doing all these things because the Emperor has effectively multiple personalities because he's shattered and he's constantly fighting thousands of battles at the same time and interfering in things. So like, yes, did they talk to the Emperor? Yes. But did the Emperor even know that he's talking to these people? Yes. A piece of the Emperor has talked to different characters over the time.
Yeah. And we actually will do a deeper dive into the Emperor. It'll probably be end of 26. It's because some of the newer books do actually talk about the origins of the Emperor with John Grammaticus. There's a whole bunch of stuff from this era that are pretty interesting. We need to do some stuff with the Cabal. We got a ton of stuff we'll dive into a bit more. One person made an interesting comment. So the mono part's easy, but Specialis, that works. They wrote, I think it's easier to bring back traitor Primarchs because a lot of players want loyalist Primarchs to have broken rules on release. Yes and no.
You can make the Demon Primarchs way more jacked. Talking about the Star Child will make me talk for like an hour and a half on just that. So we'll do an actual cast on that at some point in time.
Yeah, but I think the thing about, and I think Brad made a really good point there, and I want to jump in a bit more on, is you can make a traitor Primarch really good, but also have a weakness because we expect that in bad guys. Bad guys are supposed to all have an Achilles heel, whereas a good guy is not. And so that's why it's kind of weird. Like to me, you can do something weird like saves. You can sit there and say, oh, so-and-so's the most powerful. Angron to me should have had a worse save. That's what I think Angron should have been. I think Angron should have been actually more powerful than he is, but he should have been a 4-up, 5-up. Should have been a 4-up armor, 5-up invuln. And just so it's like, yeah, if he gets killed if you fight him, because that's actually kind of how all the lore is, by the way, on him. But if he's attacking you, you die. That's my thing. But
I like the answer to one of these. Do you like back in the older editions with the Primarchs, Chaos Primarchs and Loyalists narrative devices? Yes and no. We didn't have anybody. We didn't even use special characters for a really long time
because they were broken.
Well, yeah, but they did a lot of mystery in it, and I think that the game's bigger, so they can bring back some of these Primarchs now. I like leaders. I like epic heroes. So yes and no. I do like some mystery. I don't like when we break mystery. I like to have a little bit of just unknown in the game.
Another one, Skylar Cruz asked, why do they bring models into Legends? Because GW makes too much crap. We had a point in the Space Marine Codex at the end of 10th edition. If you took the Space Marine Codex and Forge World, they had, I think, 130 data sheets, as opposed to the next largest was Eldar at like 75.
We legend a third of the Marines data sheets, and they still have twice as many as everybody else.
That's why it's
Kevin, Savage Doc, Brad, if somebody wants coaching from you now, how do they get a hold of you? Easiest way right now is go
oldman40k at gmail.com.
It's old man Brad.
Oh, 40K. Fine, sorry. It'll get equally answered.
Yeah,
But yeah, come to the Discord. Go to the Discord, guys. There's actually a channel there for getting coaching advice from Brad. It's really clean. It's really organized. Makes it simple for everyone to to get a hold of him, and it's easier for everyone to track. So, who has the best chance to defeat the Tyranids? Orcs. Sorry, just that. That's who.
I think it's going to be a combined effort. I think we're eventually going to see. I still think that the Tyranids are running from something.
Oh yeah, that's the whole concept. But yeah,
John has the wine. I don't have wine in my house.
What? A wine?
He said no wine. I said you actually had wine.
I finished it. I'll be honest, guys. It's just like day 5 of drinking. I wasn't going to have anything tonight, and I was like, well, I can't not drink on the live Q&A. But it was like last night went a little bit late. We had some people over.
I was out of town, and my house is a desolate wasteland for food and drink right now.
Yeah.
I was not home.
Yeah, I mean, my comment about a female Primarch, it actually wouldn't invalidate the sisters, because it's the same way that having Primarchs doesn't invalidate the Adeptus Astartes, or the Imperial Guard. It just it's the same thing. People have asked before, like, how could you add more female characters to 40k, and that's the best way to do it, other than the weird fact that apparently Eldar are mammals. Still can't figure that one out. That's just a thing. Look at the models. Apparently they're mammals. But where my things, I'd like to see them add some more female characters. I also this is a personal thing. I prefer almost genderless characters. So guard or male and female. I liked, for example, in the new Star Wars, where the Stormtrooper leader was female, and just you didn't know till she spoke. I think it's just kind of cool to be like, yeah, if we're going to do this much genetic modification, is my thing. So that's that one. Oh, if someone gets mad at me, am I sitting in a famous wine cellar? No, but I do have a lot of wine in this house. Brad's seen it. Sigismund, there's a good book. The relation between Eldar and the Imperium. All right, so the relationship between Eldar and the Imperium is which Eldar? Because some craft worlds,
I'll say which Eldar, which craft world. Also, what time frame are we talking about? Because it's been a wild roller coaster, and until we got the return of Gilliman, it was going really badly. I think it was one of the worst times for that relationship until Gilliman came back.
Yeah, and what you have is, the thing about the Eldar is, Brad and I both love playing Eldar on the tabletop. We both kind of enjoy, I genuinely enjoy Eldar. The problem is that the Eldar are very manipulative. And so whereas the Dark Eldar are evil, Craft World Eldar would happily sacrifice the entire Imperium to the galaxy if it would bring back the Eldar. So they're not this like wise old okay, we recognize the Imperium and mankind is going to inherit the galaxy, and we're just trying to set them up to inherit it the best. They're just more on team, hey, here's a fun tool to help us achieve something we're trying to achieve. Unless you're Bieltan, in which case we should kill them. That's the Bieltan's viewpoint of the Imperium. We're just kill all of them. Ariana Grande. Who would make a good
but I do like, I'll throw it out there, because it's not just the fact that people like just see it. The Emperor is so powerful psychically that it was in the when he first visited the AdMech, they just thought he was an AdMech because he projects that out. So everybody sees him effectively as exactly what they want. That's one of his many powerful psychic powers.
JC6309 asked a fun question. If they were in a 40k movie, would you want it to be Horus Heresy or current 40k? I'd actually want it in between. I actually would like to see like M38. It's a kind of a random thing to say, but I don't. Modern 40k is too complex. That it's because with the Rift opening and all that stuff, I want it before. I think you could the best setting of 40k
mid-war, dude. That's like big war.
I think the best setting for 40k would be right as like maybe in between Abaddon's third and fourth crusade. You've got Chaos is present, not overly present. Necrons are just awakening. I may actually, by doing that, say there's no Tau, so the Tau are allowed to be here. But I like the more that era. I think would be really good because it's more mysterious. The problem right now is you're basically doing the opening of Saving Private Ryan is the entire movie.
Yeah, like right now everybody's in a major front of a war, so it's a big deal on that. As far as where there'd be in a show, we already talked about the Eisenhorn thing. You could do Eisenhorn or a Rogue Trader with something, and it would really leave it open because you effectively are doing Firefly in 40K.
Yeah, it's Firefly. We both want them to do a Firefly in 40K. It's just better. It'd be interesting. The challenge, what's actually interesting on the Cavill thing is going to come down to how much Amazon's willing to pay. And the reason I say that is I just did a bunch of casts with Robot Radio on Fallout. I was just guest hosting with him, talking about the Fallout TV show. I'm a massive Fallout fan. Loved it my whole life. I mean, literally bought the first one, played the first one. The biggest complaint I had in the Fallout TV show, and it has continued into the second series, the power armor looks just stupid.
The problem is that every time they have power armor on it, they're jacking up the budget. That's what they have to. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's why
it doesn't look good.
You have to do it Eisenhorn or Rogue Trader because it limits the amount. If you made Cavill a Marine or something, you would have to have a bananas budget for special effects just all the time. Because every
just walking around in it
scene would be ridiculously expensive.
Exactly. And people walking around in power armor is so monumentally expensive to make in special effects, and if you don't spend it, it looks so monumentally bad that it's just this horrible piece. So all of us want this to be, maybe we have a couple scenes where Space Marines arrive, you drop a huge budget, it looks super cool, awesome, but beyond that, don't stay away from it. It's just dangerous. What else we got here?
Oh, I like this. Which director would be best for a Warhammer 40K movie? Nolan. Because it's got to be dark.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not. What's the DC guy who who ruined like 15 movies? Not him.
Just let me you're gonna go with the Snyder cut?
Yeah, Snyder cut. Yeah, hey, I made a bad film. You did? How about I release a longer version of it so you can see how bad it really could have been? That's not really a win, man. Like, could you just, I don't know, try directing the first time through? Oh God. What else we got here? Sorry. Say a bunch of people, not Snyder. It's everyone's agreeing with me. Not Snyder.
You know what? Guy Ritchie doing it like Snatch would be great if they were doing it as a Rogue Trader, for instance. That'd be awesome. I mean, a ragtag group of guys getting into trouble.
Rogue Trader, you get a lot of comedy out of Rogue Trader, which is great. That's what makes it so fantastic. That was a question I did like here a lot, where it's, is there a rule you hope they'll bring back for 11th edition?
The tank shock, like 1,000%. Now,
original tank shock.
Original tank shock. One of the things that bothers me the most in the tabletop game right now is that a Gretchen stands in front of a Land Raider, and somehow the Land Raider can't possibly move over the Gretchen. It's so stupid. Like, get out. No. The people inside Land Raider might not know that the Gretchen's in front of them.
I want to point something out here. Brad's saying it's so stupid a Gretchen can stop a Land Raider. How many times have you tar pitted someone with your Gretchen?
Oh, like every time I play Orcs.
Yep.
Look at I'm a wild hypocrite when I say something.
This is stupid. This is dumb. I'm going to do it every single time.
I will continue to quote my Doc Holliday on that. It turns out there is no limit to hypocrisy.
Brad, if Brad fought in the UFC and he would find like the one, like it turns out, if you eye poke someone with your pinky finger, it's not illegal. And Brad would eye poke everyone with his pinky finger every single punch.
And I would, because you get a warning for your first shot, I would start every fight with a groin strike.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't see it there. Yeah.
You're like, you fought 26 times. every time. Like,
This is your opening move. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Um, touch hands, dick kick, go. Uh, but for me, the big one is actually, and this is wild. I'd like them to bring back the old psychic table. I want psychic phase back hardcore. I want to go back to
Would add it a
7th
lot.
edition psychic phase
well,
where I
psychics
have to
are also-
roll for my powers.
Yeah, well, psychers are so wildly powerful, and they get so pushed down, and they used to be a bigger deal on the table for forever. Having a psyker turns battles. You know what I mean? Now it's just not.
Yeah. I agree. It's like psychics. The thing about psychic powers is like they were really flavorful. 7th, there was a lot broken on it, obviously. I liked them in 8th edition. I just want to go back to the era of you had to roll for your powers. There's just something fun about that where, yeah, sometimes your psyker was useless. And I just thought it was cool. But you have to have better denies. That's the only, if they're going to bring back the psychic phase, you had to have a way that we didn't get what we had in like 8th and 9th, where Thousand Suns just would like, oh, I'm playing someone, like I'm playing Tau. I get to have an extra phase you don't get to have, and all you can do is hope I don't roll well. That sucked. So they have to figure out a way to clean that up a little bit, but I loved that phase. Absolutely loved that phase.
Yes,
Not
yes,
Tarantino.
yes.
Tarantino cannot direct a 40K thing. It would be way too weird.
He would do something where I was
Emperor's
just trying to
Children.
figure where
Emperor's Children.
Yeah,
It would
Emperor's
be on
Children.
Emperor's Children, and we would all go, oh, come on, dude. Like this now, like you've made this weird for me.
he could do a Dark Elder Cat movie.
Oh, fun question.
Like-
I like this one. I understand Gravis are Primaris, but why are they T6 and Terminators at T5? Because life's not fair.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Other one too is give Tau a psychic auxiliary unit. No, what they need to do is they need to change the way powers are cast to make them harder to cast. That's what the best way to do it. You need to limit the spamming.
Yeah, they're also in the Tau thing though. Tau should have a bunch more auxiliary units. They also set them up because Kroot actually, when they eat people, they can adapt from it, and they've done very little on that. That Kroot should have a huge line.
Oh yeah.
They've had more models, but like they could do so much with that. And the Lord of the Tau also have like so many of these minor races involved in them. They could have a huge line of people doing different shit.
I like this one. What have the Iron Warriors been up to in the current lore? Nothing. No, it's easy. The Iron Warriors and the White Scars are forgotten legions. They are really cool paint scheme. Actually, the thing is, the Iron Lord's paint scheme is really good. And if you wanted
Iron
to
Warriors
run,
have done more stuff. They've done way more than the White Scars in the lore. Lately.
everyone's done more than the White. I've done more in the lore than the White Scars have since the end of the heresy. Good God, like. I mean, I genuinely think when GW releases things every year, on the release schedule, there's like one guy in the back of the office it's always like the day, like, so what are we going to write this year? And the guy went to a concert the day before, so he's lost his voice, going, White Scars, and no one hears it, so we just never get any White Scar lore, year after year after year. The Iron Warriors are kind of cool, but in the lore, there's just not that much on them. We'll see.
I gotta go to the thing, and 90% of the people have no idea what I'm talking about. They go, what should he paint his orcs, this or this? And somebody said,
Purple.
Zero said, paint purple orcs. Why would you paint purple orcs if you want people to see your orcs on the table?
Yeah. I actually do have an idea for purple orcs that I'm gonna try out. I'll put it in the Discord when I start actually making them. I have a 3D printer now, and I have some idea. It allows me to do some things, namely print clear, which makes purple orcs a possibility. I'm just playing with some resins right now to see if I can pull this off. If I can. Whoo boy. Can't use it in tournaments. Well, some tournaments, but it'll be fun. GW messed up the Golden Horde. Yeah, they did. Red Corsairs. Oh yeah, you're right. They did have the Red Corsairs after the Rift opened. No, we're not adding Psychic to shooting phase. So sorry.
Psychic already is basically in the shooting phase because they've added Psychic to the end of, they just tapped on the psychic keyword to attacks and shooting and melee.
Yeah,
and they give some people powers in the command phase, but they're not.
it should
they're
have
just like small buffs.
they should have moved it to the before the movement phase is when it should be. But the thing about the psychic phase, where in my mind it should sit command phase, psychic phase, movement phase. And the reason I say that is that way
you got to get in range. No, you have to.
No,
do movement phase. It has to go. It has to go command. It has to go command, move, psychic, shooting.
But that was all right. We're gonna be. But that's what broke it before. The problem was that I didn't have a good way to stop you because you could move your models and then begin your psychic phase. So you could move out of range of my denies or into range. You could basically move around my denies. My point is that's how, in my mind, it's how you even it out a little bit. Is if I go to do it, I'm going to have to be in range of you. So I don't get this stuff. It's just, the psychic phase, for those of you maybe who didn't play, psychic phase is this phase that all of us who play a lot really loved, but it was oppressive at times. There were a lot of times the psychic phase was really harmful to the tabletop. So GW just kind of killed it in 10th edition. And if you're a Black Templar player, it was awesome. But if you weren't, it kind of sucked, especially if you're an Eldar player.
I'm going to look this up really quick. I forgot
What?
the way. One of the things wasn't magic last in fantasy, but I didn't. I think it's.
I don't know.
It was
I never played fantasy.
No, I'm looking it up. It was movement, magic, shooting, close combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I was saying I was playing fantasy back then. I played in 7th.
I've converted someone to Terminator 2 being a shit film. Yes, there we go. My campaign continues. It's actually not shit film.
Campaign.
It is. I'm sorry. It's like there's some cool scenes in it, but it's not a good film. All right, fine. Arnold movies, Commando or Predator are number one, right? One of those is number one. Huh?
Terminator. What? Terminator.
No, Commando or Predator. Those are one of those is his best film. What's better?
Predator's probably one of my favorites. I've watched Terminator the most times.
Right, but best Arnold film, Predator, then Commando, or Running Man.
You're not going to put Conan in there?
Or Running Man. Dude, he's not. I mean, Conan's cool. He is. His English was not the best in Conan. I mean, there's times where you could see in his eyes he was reading. Someone was holding cue cards up behind the camera in Conan.
Also, Twins was hilarious. Come on.
Oh,
man.
Twins! All right, Jingle All the Way. All right, you guys are jackasses. But
I will fight you on that.
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way is. Oh, I'm burning that back out of my brain. Quaid.
Yeah, Total Recall. But this is one of my points. Like we talk about Terminator 2 being this great film, but even in the Arnold universe, it might not make the top 15 the way we're doing this. Terminator 1 is better. Predator, Commando, Total Recall, Running Man,
Twins?
fine. Jingle All the Way, Twins.
I swear to God, if you say
True Lies
again, I will drive to your house. True Lies was so fun.
True Lies, but that's what Kindergarten Cop. I mean,
It's not the tumor.
It's not. No, Batman. I'm gonna fight you guys on. No, that was Miss Dr. Freeze.
One of the
bad.
worst movies of all time.
Yeah, no, that one, no.
That was also Nipples. That was also Nipples Batman, was it not?
Yeah, that was Nipple Batman. Yeah, that was the weird Nipple Batman, where like apparently the suit was real tight.
Yeah, exactly. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
But yeah, but even like
watch that
Terminator
movie
2,
tonight. That's a good movie.
but even for Arnold lines. Terminator 2, all right, we've got I'll Be Back. That's nothing compared to, remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. That's, I mean,
also,
we're not even...
The original I'll Be Back was also really good on that.
That's my point. It's just, we're not even... I don't think Terminator 2 makes the top 10 for his movies. It might not even make the top 15 or top 20 if we could really dig this out. I'm sure this is going to be in Discord.
Outline. Hasta la vista, baby.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God. The problem is I'm 10 years younger than you, so, like, this gave me douche chills.
I will stick with my dad jokes all day.
Yeah. Leave my friend alone. He's dead tired. God, Commando was good. I forgot how exceptional Commando is.
When he jumps out of the plane and goes into the water,
into the marsh.
They're going like 200 miles an hour at takeoff.
It's better than that. That's right. So that's in LA. So that means that's either LAX, John Wayne, or Burbank, or Long Beach. None of them have a marsh. I've flown into all of those airports numerous times.
That's the part you have is no marsh, not the fact that he's free falling at like 200 something.
He'd free fall into asphalt. He just skip and then credits. It's that scene from The Other Guys where they go aim for the bushes. That's basically what it was.
I'm not sure what those guys were thinking, but
stick around. Red Sonja. All right, no.
I like this one. Brad, did you play 40K in black and white when you started, or is it always black and white because you're colorblind? I love that. Also, my boy Alan, who's on with us in our last 3 history of 40Ks, was trying to show me different models, and I just looked at one, and it was some sort of blue gray type thing, and I go,
oh yeah,
that's like an unpainted model for me, dude. Why are you showing this to me? This is so stupid.
I 2 of my 11 armies, their main color scheme is black and red, which to Brad is black.
I can totally see it.
Yeah.
You know what I can see? Orange.
You can see orange?
Yeah, I like orange because it's bright and it's contrasty.
Huh. God, your colorblind is weird.
Yeah. I as multiple people have said, I'm not colorblind. I'm color lazy.
Ooh, Arnold would have been an amazing Rogel Dorn. Like, but
yes.
I eat green berets for breakfast. Yes. That was
also,
a great fight
get
scene.
Get to the chopper. Best meme, everybody. Look it up. It's out there a lot. Is they show the Predator and he's got his hands. He's like, I was never asked to get to the chopper.
Yeah.
No one ever asked me.
Yeah, Arnold in 40K would have been, I mean, it depends which Arnold. Like, current Arnold, Malkador, because he's old now.
He's old.
He'd make a cool, but like super, again, Commando Arnold, Lehman Russ.
Yeah. Also, Space King's hilarious.
Space King's hilarious. Ooh, who would be a better 40K Primarch? Arnold in his prime or Liam Neeson in his prime?
I think that Liam Neeson
I like me some better. Darkman.
Yeah, but I like Liam Neeson would be a great Yorick or somebody. You know what I mean? Like a grizzled guy that
but the thing is,
kicks ass.
Right, but the thing is, he's 6 foot. He's like 6'5". He's a giant dude. That's the thing about him.
There's plenty of big guardsmen though. Yorick was like fighting orcs. He's using a power claw.
Ooh, Vin Diesel as Horus. No, Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is Petarabo, guys. Let me let you know something on Vin Diesel. That's a Petarabo, a forgettable character.
I can see it behind Liam Neeson as a Praetorian. That's a good. RDJ for Vulcan.
Yeah. Yeah. Colonel Shorten.
Full Tropic Thunder. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh yeah, Khan's not even in the movie. They would just leave like oh yeah, Juggernaut Khan uncredited. That's what it would just be.
Fassbender is Alfarius. Actually, Fassbender would be a great Alfarius. He's a good actor in this.
Ooh, John Travolta as Horus. Actually, I don't know if you're kidding, Fackman, or not, Travolta. But that's actually dead on. He would have been an amazing Horus, old school John Travolta.
Face off John Travolta.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves. No. Keanu could be a good Malkador, actually. That's where he would be.
Defoe is Jarek. Defoe could be a lot of people. That dude
Defoe could be a lot of stuff.
Wildly good actor.
The thing is, Defoe would actually be a really good corrupted Inquisitor.
I know, hold on. I'm going to get behind this. Tom Cruise is Khan, but he just keeps running instead of biking. He's doing the Tom Cruise run.
We can bring it back. You know who should play Juggernaut Khan? Sean Connery. Just like he played that Spaniard.
Or the Russian submarine captain.
Yes. It'd be like, we have to go back always, but like Sean Connery's going to be a 40K movie. Well, obviously it's Lehman Russ. Nope.
Well, the real question: who would Nick Cage be? Here's the thing: Nick Cage would be all 18 of the Primarchs over every movie offshoots that they would do.
Oh my God, Diddy is Fulgrim. No comment, but yeah. I mean,
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Bad John, no.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen as Conrad also is a very good one. Gary Oldman as all the Primarchs and the Emperor.
By the way, Oldman is next level character actor.
But yeah, fine. Oh God, yeah, he would be. Although I did just realize Gary Busey just as the Emperor on the throne. Just don't let him speak. It's kind of
that's what I said earlier.
Yeah, I realized it just came back. I'm like, oh God, it really does look like him, doesn't it?
Yes, he looks like Corpse Emperor.
Yeah, who'd be a good Corvus? There's a ton of options for this. They'd probably do something stupid with that. It'd be like the Hemsworth, but not the jacked one. Oh no, the guy who played Loki. That's who make a good Corvus. Whatever his name is. Yeah. Anthony Hopkins as Horus. Ooh. No, Anthony Hopkins as Erebus.
Yeah, he'd be a great Erebus on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like comically evil Anthony Hopkins on that.
Yeah. He'd be exceptional as that. Madong Sek as Khan. Yeah, that'd be good, but again, we'd have to have Khan exist. Jared Leto, no. No. Just no. And it's funny, it's only because Jared Leto is when he's good, he makes movies incredible, and he does that out of 50.
I'm going glasses on this guy. Sorry. Ugh.
Oh, there he is. Who would play Magnus? Depends how serious you want Magnus to be.
Yeah, it's also like wildly CGI'd on that because you got to remember he's.
Yeah. Jared Leto,
full red skin and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. But the reason my issue with Jared Leto is just like he tends to either make movies really good or really bad. So I want him nothing near something I care about.
Tell us you're old and I'll tell us you're old. Yeah. Sorry, my eyes are literally pouring down because my dome's starting to explode. So.
Yeah, I think Bautista the problem with Magnus is Bautista is too serious for Magnus. Like Magnus it's the same with actually. I think Bautista would be a better Mortarion than he would be in Magnus. I think
he'd be a fantastic for Mortarion.
Yeah.
He's just a great
Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren would be the backup for Rogel
He's Magnus.
Rogel Dolph Lundgren as Rogel. Yeah. That's a good Rogel backup right there. Or as that's who should be Liam Neeson as Sigismund. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. John Cena.
Who's gonna play Russ?
John Cena for Magnus. Oh, I like that too. Yeah.
But he has to play in his full comedy at that point in time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He plays him like Peacemaker.
Yeah. But it is. I mean, like these characters are awesome. Right, so this is fun. And all from Terminator 2 being bad. Ryan Reynolds can't be in the 40K universe. I love Ryan Reynolds as an actor massively, but he's just way too handsome. he's too handsome.
He plays Caiaphas Cain.
Well, no, but he's too handsome and charming for the 40K setting. That's my thing.
Caiaphas Cain.
Well, Caiaphas is nuts. Caiaphas, I think actually Tom Hardy's a better Caiaphas.
No, because maybe. Yeah, Tom Hardy can crush out. Tom Hardy would be Agron. He does have that intensity.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hemsworth. Oh, yeah, the Hemsworth as Alpha. See, what actually I would rather do for... What would be funnier, though, is to actually bring back twins for Alpharius and Omegon. Do Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger. Like, what were the same?
No, voice-wise, this is actually the perfect voice for Rogel Dorn is the voice of Master Chief. Yeah, I agree on that one. Because it's just got that no-nonsense, like, I'm tired of your shit, basically.
Oh, someone has to... Did we already place Henry Cavill? No, our viewpoint on Henry Cavill is... I actually don't know... Henry Cavill plays a much better, like... I think an Inquisitor. Like, he plays an Eisenhorn perfectly. He's the best possible person for an Eisenhorn.
Hold on, we almost got insulted here. Two things. One, Savage Doc, Chris Evans is Bobby G. Best casting of all time. Also, have you ever watched Game of Thrones? Come on now. We're gamer nerds. That's automatic. Like,
let me rephrase that box. I'm over 40. Brad's over 50. Yeah, we watched that show. There wasn't that much going on a decade ago.
yeah, we saw it. Several of the times.
It came up. Like,
Brian Shaw would be
he
great.
is a Primarch.
Yeah,
Brian Shaw is a
I would say
Primarch.
he's already a Primarch.
Yeah. If you want to
like,
save
hey,
money on
are we
CGI.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. You're like, hey, we're going to CGI and picking this up. And he's just holding it going, I mean, he's like, is that like a fake rock? He's like, no, I'm just holding a boulder.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
We need someone to be like a head taller than everybody else. Yeah, he's right there. Like, what else do you guys need from me?
Yeah, exactly. Now, this might be the best pick. Sean Bean is Ferris Manus just because he dies.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy as Conrad Cruz would work as well, or Kurz would work really well too. Yeah, Brian Shaw is the line. Brian Shaw just they can actually I realize that now when they're making the show, if the whole show is about like humans and if the show is Space Marine, they just bring Brian Shaw in. Like, oh, that just saved us $1 million.
Anyone stand next to him, yeah.
Like we just saved $1 million in CGI by putting that thing in here. Eddie Hall. The problem with Eddie is Eddie looks more chaos than Brian Shaw does. If I'm being honest.
Yes.
I love Eddie, but same with the guy with Magnuson for the Mountain. It would just basically be a bunch of strongman competitors, but none of them can act. I've seen them try. Carl Urban again, but Carl Urban's another one of the ones. He's better playing a human than he is anything else. I think.
Yeah, but you get a lot of these people. You could go Aramons, your Erebuses, you know what I mean, all that. There's a lot of these great quality actors in this.
How much is known about
Eddie Hall's will
entertainment?
work, or you know what? I could get behind Eddie Hall's.
Oh, 100%, yeah. So a serious question: how much is known about entertainment, like music, TV, art, literature, for the average Imperial citizen? Actually, a good amount, but it all sucks. It is all from the ecclesiarchy. All of your art, everything is ecclesiarchy.
The more you get out, it's almost like Outer Rim in Star Wars. And again, you go to Firefly, the out, you get a little bit of things the farther you get away, but it is lockdown mode because the Imperium is a wild propaganda machine. You got to remember that the Imperium is running on a strictly war economy, and everything is based on that. So everything is full propaganda and has been for a long time.
Yeah. Ooh, a great AdMech higher up. It's just tricky because it's someone who's just gonna be heavily who can wear a lot of augmentation. I don't know a good actor for that because it can kind of fill anyone in. But I do like the who's insane enough to play Karn. Tom Cruise. Actually, no, Tom Cruise would be the good AdMech higher up, but a good like Karn. Oof, who's angry enough and yells enough to be Karn?
But you have to keep it together sometimes because he has bursts on that.
Gary Oldman. Oh, William Dafoe.
Oldman's always good. You get what's his face? Who's Bill the Butcher and everything else? The best method actor of all time.
Oh yeah, no, but he's not. But he's just not psychotic enough. That's the thing. You need someone who's.
Oh really? I'll drink your milkshake. That was off the rails.
I need someone who like would actually. Who would be a
Daniel
good Karn?
Day-Lewis, thank you very much.
A good Karn actually would be Hemsworth. The guy who played Thor could actually play. You have to make up him a lot.
He's too pretty for that.
Just put a mask on him. Does the Emperor have a true form? He did.
I don't think we know it, and I don't want to know it.
Yeah.
I think the Emperor, nobody knows exactly what he is because one of his main psychic powers again is that he can project. He effectively lets everyone see him as they want to see him.
Yeah. Christian
when
Bale.
people describe the Emperor, you look at a lot of the books, people say the Emperor looks like something different in a shit ton of books.
Always, yeah. Someone's asking who would Christian Bale play? No idea. Whoever he wants, because Christian Bale can change his physique so much. Just pick the character.
In a moment's notice.
Yeah, pick the character. You can have it. Frank Castle. Calgar?
Maranthal is Angron? Oh, yeah, that's not bad. That dude's got some craziness in him.
Yeah, Calgar could work there. Who's imprisoned under the Golden Throne? Well, it's the Emperor, but then under it, I don't know, a lot of other things that are darker and eviler. The Imperium sucks. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Tom Holland is a fresh-faced guardsman. Oh.
And immediately bad things happen.
Yeah. Christian Bale is a Calidus. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, would it be better for the Emperor just to become a god or have him be on the golden toilet forever? so here's the thing: the emperor is a perpetual. The concern, the people have put the theory out numerous times. Well, if the emperor died, he would reform and resurrect. Right, but in that moment, could chaos steal his soul? And that becomes the question: is does he become the chaos god in that transition period?
Also, he's battling chaos 100% of the time. So if in that time, also, Terra becomes a not friendly place. Also, the Astronomicon's not there. I mean, there's a lot of bad things. They have some lore, and some very old stories have some of the Imperium's top dogs talking about the fact that they definitely have the tech to resurrect the Emperor, but they don't want to.
Because they're afraid to do it.
Yeah, because he would go, hey man, everything about the ecclesiarchy for one would be something that I would go, hey, if you're here, there would be a very large email of you guys don't have jobs.
I'd say this question by the Shadowkeepers. We're going to do a cast on Shadowkeepers. I'm going to be honest, Chick. I don't know it as well as I've read it a long time ago. I'm not as clean on Shadowkeepers, so I want to dive into that a bit more. I like Custodes a lot. In lore, I like them a lot. Tabletop, they're horrible, but I like them.
There's not that much difference between them. In the lore, there's a huge difference between the Shield House.
Well, in the Shadowkeepers, are especially interesting.
Well, yeah.
I forgot about that one. So yeah, there's some super cool. We'll cover that in one of the casts. Skylar Cruz asks, is there a house rule you guys have when you play together? Yeah. It's not really a house rule. It's my dice have this special thing they do called sixes, and Brad doesn't care for it very much. That's our house rule. We don't know how it happens, but Brad's afraid to charge my armies. That's the best way to explain it, because I've overwatched him into oblivion.
Your tactics make no sense.
Yet they work. I can't help you. It's like, I still will never forget when Dom rolled all threes on your invulns and that on a recorded game. Oh, that was a good day.
He rolled 10. He made 0 saves.
Yeah, 50. He had 10 shots at a 50-50 and went 0 for 10. Skylar's asking, Perpetuals do a podcast on Perpetuals. Actually, when we do the Cabal, they'll come up quite a bit. The thing about Perpetuals is they're kind of fun because they get sprinkled around the lore. And as a result, we get some really cool stories around 1 or 2 Perpetuals. Because, again, GW watched Highlander and really loved it and decided, well, I'm putting that in my game. And, they're not wrong. Except I hate your dice.
Highlander remake. I'm ready for it.
It'll be good. Yeah, Imperial Guard. I'll be honest, if they do an Imperial Guard movie, I don't think they can do Krieg, because all you'll be like, people who don't know 40K be like, what's wrong with these people? And it's like,
yes. Just so much yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay,
Ohio State 100% is going to win the national championship this year.
Oh, who cares? All right, so
obviously I do.
Why? Why?
50% of the people in this cast right now care a lot about this.
Yeah, it's just a waste of tax resources. All right, but there weren't state-run universities, I wouldn't be this upset about it. But all right, someone was asking all the possibilities of the Emperor coming back. Why did we say it would ruin the game? It's because it's one of those things where the fan theories are always going to be great, because you get the guy and his cat. Damn it. Schroeder. It's a Schroeder concept. You never know. You're always correct because it's never tested. And the issue with the Emperor coming back is you would now have something written down, and it'll always disappoint, because the potential is always going to be more interesting than the actual. So it's really cool to talk about, well, what if this happened with the Emperor? What if that happened with the Emperor? What if? And it's a really fun debate. But if you just came back, you're like, oh, so that's the answer? I don't know. I didn't really want that. So that's why. Remake Aliens with NIDS. Yeah, I mean, Alien franchise, not my favorite. Started off real great.
First 2 movies were fantastic.
Yeah. They were. And then...
I mean, I'm just saying.
If they're not... Alien 3 I thought was garbage. Resurrection was terrible. The TV show was okay. The last one they made, the horror movie in space, was kind of mediocre interesting, but
because they did Prometheus so badly. There's been few movies that I was more psyched up about from the trailers and stuff and then let me down than that. Ugh.
Yeah, that's true.
Sad panda. Sad panda, Brad.
Yeah, I care as well with OSU. Of course, you both do. Traffic would be awful in my city. Anyway, all right. Wine of choice. I do a lot. I mostly drink Chiantis at this stage. That's just my wine of choice. There's one from something Della Bruzzi. It's a Montepulciano wine you can get most stores. Great, super reliable. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Ohio State did finally beat Michigan.
Yes, we did.
Still don't care.
Put the beats on them.
How'd it go last
Next
year?
strongest psyker. I mean, when you say next strongest psyker, are you talking about for humans, like Imperium psychers?
With Fuff.
Because that's a way different question, I thought.
So I'm not even sure where you are. Elves in the lore near untouchable. Yeah, that's different. I mean, it varies in the lore. Elves in the lore written about elves, untouchable. Elves in the lore that involve like Titus, pretty killable. That's kind of how it goes with them. That's all GW writing. It's not, and to be fair, it's not GW's fault. It's just the way these things are. Everyone's perfect, so
it's hard with the elves because you just accidentally become good at anything if you do it for thousands of years. So it's really hard to scale them on that.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Bring back a Lost Legion. Bringing back a Lost Legion, you have a bit more play with than the Emperor because the difference is the Emperor is so critical to the game that bringing it back changed it. If you brought back a Lost Legion, again, just my opinion here, but if you brought back a Lost Legion, you can kind of add an extra flavor to the game, like whatever the Chaos version of the White Scars is. Kidding. Equally forgotten. What was this question? Ender's Game. Yeah, sorry. That's just to remind Brad of the world's greatest disappointment.
Yeah, it's still my favorite book.
How would Dorn react to the Black Templars if he came back? I think he'd be just fine with them. Well, except for the whole like Emperor worship thing. But outside of that, he'd be okay.
None of the Primarchs are down with. I mean, none of the loyalist Primarchs would be down with the worship of the Emperor.
Yeah.
Mainly because the Emperor was against worship of the Emperor.
Yeah, I like Skylar's question here. What would be a good Xeno race to play if they were to release another one? I think that with Slan, they could bring them back, but that's kind of done already. I want someone who's got a bit more mystery and high psychic power. I don't want a hard-hitting one. We've got enough hard hitters. I want someone who's just super mysterious. I want to go back to Brad. What was the power where I could move my opponent's model?
Like Lash of Submission.
Yeah, but there was a chaos power, but I want stuff like that. I want a super nefarious.
You make it so that the Ragdan didn't actually get completely wiped out, and you bring him as a playable race.
Ragdan would be awesome. Ragdan with enslavers. I would actually like to see something that's more akin to like a hodgepodge army. I mean, not allies. You don't allow in actual allies. Actually, what the Tau were supposed to be, in the sense the Tau had the Tau, the Vespid, the Kroot, and at one point you actually could very early even have Imperial Guardsmen in there. I want something that's actually not one Xeno race, but maybe like a Xeno, like an empire coming out of the Ghoul Stars of 5 or 6 species all put together. Could be really fun, but I want no armor in it whatsoever. I want no tanks. I want no knights. I want pure infantry only. And I think it'd be cool as hell.
I like that. You could do that too, because you'd have like larger creatures and stuff like that. Remember the Ragnar was just gigantic at some point.
Exactly, and would be fun.
Yeah, Legion of the Damned stuff. They're supposed to be coming out with more stuff. They abandoned them a little bit. They were really juicing.
Well, they made a codex, which is quite good, and I have on this computer. We're going to do a cast on Legion of the Damned. Like one thing. Where are we at?
I wish they would come more with that. Yeah, I mean, you could get Loken and something like that. Like it. They just kind of didn't do anything else with their lore. They're very interesting.
Yeah. Sorry. Jake came back with, you want an insect race with sharp teeth and pointy claws?
Yeah. The answer, yes.
The answer is, yeah, it'll be in
all
there.
of them?
But I could have some. That could be my skirmish unit. Again, you could really have fun with this, is what I'm getting at. Firehawks were mentioned recently. We're going to do a bunch more casts coming into next year on more one-off chapters, for lack of a better phrase. Like Minotaurs are definitely on there. We're doing Blood Ravens because with Dawn of War 4 coming out, we're going to do a bunch of those ones. But I also do want to spend some time talking about just some random stuff around the galaxy, some random settlements, random wars. I think it's interesting, and it's stuff that doesn't really get played very much. People don't talk about it enough, so I think it'd be a really fun thing. Favorite author, it's Gav Thorpe. That was easy.
Oh, Abnett.
Oh, Abnett. Sorry, I meant to say Abnett. Yeah, not Gathorpe. Gathorpe's my favorite person for writing rules for an army I like.
Yeah. Graham McNeil's wrote some pretty good stuff. He's got a couple some strikeouts, but like as a whole, he writes
Yeah.
some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the orangutans. Yep, they're coming in there.
Recommendation for horror books in 40K or just regular?
I don't know. I don't read horror. So as far as Black Templars, we will be covering Black Templars next year, but it's going to be in wars. We're moving. The idea, guys, just we're near the end of the cast, so we kind of want to talk about next year for a little bit now. The idea was to give everyone a base, enough of a base. That's why we'll see us jump in and do like a faction, a deep dive into one of the legions or that kind of stuff. Because I don't really want to talk about them as much as I want to talk about wars. I really enjoyed doing the War of the Beast. I really enjoyed doing the War of Armageddon. I think it's fascinating. It's interesting. There's so much cool stuff about it. And it's a great way to exemplify the stuff that we're talking about. I think they're much more interesting in those settings than they are just by themselves. And so like Black Templars are a great one. Black Templars, just talking about Black Templars is fine. Talking about Black Templars in some of what they did, some of the Crusades, like the Damocles, those things are insane. And it's super fun.
We'll be doing some character stuff too, so we're gonna be dropping things in. I mean, the universe is pretty big. We got some stuff to cover.
Oh yeah, also Zernot. Yeah, there is a War of Armageddon cast, by the way. Totally. Brad and I are pretty far ahead on these, so a couple weeks. It's already recorded and loaded. It'll be there. I think tomorrow is going to be the first of Titus. There's 2 Tituses.
Before we end, I do want to just throw. We should have made a poll. I was just about to make a poll, but I can't.
It's fine.
What's everybody's favorite episode? That's what I kind of want. We always wonder what people like the most, and obviously
I
it's
don't
gonna
care.
be all the way out
I'm
there.
kidding.
Shut up.
Yeah, we had to do more Ultramarines. Look, guys, candidly, Ultramarines. We could have done a year of Ultramarines to deal with it. But yeah, it would be fun to have people talk about what their favorite episode is, what they liked the most. We did. We've got some cool stuff coming. But yeah, so for 2026, we're already opening with War of Armageddon. Then we're going into some Chaos factions. We're gonna do some more wars. The one thing I'm trying to do, we are trying to do, is keep it balanced so that we're trying to not become a Space Marine cast. So I want to do Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Demons, Xenos, Imperial Guard, all those things. The best way to do it actually is to cover some of the wars. We get a bit more overlap, although they tend to still have an Imperial focus. It's just the way it is. So next year, that's where a lot of what we're going to be diving into is a lot more individual conflicts. With the release of 11th edition, we're hoping to get a lot more lore. The 500 world campaign is either going to be super cool or hot garbage.
No, you don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. It's going to be awesome.
We both know what could happen. It was the same way Psychic Awakening just faded out.
It's going to be awesome. Shush your mouth, boy.
Psychic Awakening. The first couple of Psychic Awakening books were awesome. Then by the last one, they were like, oh yeah, here's another character we're going to dump on you with a bunch of cliffhangers. Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for 500 Worlds. I'm very excited for it. I like that they're pushing the lore forward. We were at static for a long time, and I like
and that's the hope. We'll see where they go. The 500 Worlds will be interesting because that'll give us a nice little glimpse into where they're going. The way GW, for those of you who are maybe newer to the game, the way GW does this is as when we get to the end of an edition, they start ramping the lore up really hard. Lots of releases, lots of this stuff, and that kind of jumps us into the next edition. So we saw this in 7th with the release of, with Gilliman coming back, the release of the Yanari, etc. Then we get into the end of 8th edition with the Psychic Awakening books, really start pushing some of that narrative, getting a lot more stuff in. Then the end of 9th was okay. We got a bunch of new models for Necrons, but it was the same thing. They use it to do big releases. I don't know if the lore moved that far ahead. I guess the Necron lore moved a little bit, and they pushed Gilman a little bit.
They did a lot of Necron stuff, but they didn't move the timeline forward as much as they did with like Leviathan. Leviathan moved the timeline forward quite a bit. Pride and Nexus just gave us a lot of Necron setup.
Yeah,
I'm looking for this. I mean, we're in chapter approved right now as the current set for tournaments. But
exactly.
The 500 Worlds I'm very pumped about because I just think we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. I like character driven 40K. I'm all about Hero Hammer. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Fun one. Oh yeah, Vashtor was end of ninth. You're right. And they kind of like just dropped it at a certain point. Like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then like, oh yeah, Vashtor. Mono Speciales. Yeah, interesting question. Do we plan our episodes to match GW releases? No, and I'll explain why. It's because
sometimes though we do a little bit. We at least know that certain things are going to be out. We can't say that completely on that. I mean,
well, but the reason why honestly I don't. I mean, we might time it a little bit is because people will discover our cast and they discover our cast, and we have like there's people who this week will listen to our first episode, and so it doesn't really matter that much to time it there. We're trying to more tell our own narrative. There are things to Brad's point. What actually more happens is GW releases will pique our interest in something, so we're more excited about it. So then we do a cast with excitement, which is more important than like, oh crap, they've got such and such coming out. We better do a cast on it. Meh. It's more, do we find it interesting ourselves?
And I'm easily lured into most anything. So.
Yep. Hands with candy.
He just exactly. Piece of candy. Did Brad get caught with the box with a stick again?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh. Is that chicken and hummus? All right. Whoa, Jesus.
Oh man, Gav, we love you, buddy.
That.
Thanks for everything y'all have done and continue to do for the community.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother.
But yeah, that's almost 2 hours. One of us is getting surgery tomorrow.
I'm also wearing my colorblind blue blocker glasses, so yes, I'm falling apart.
Yeah. All right. But this has been good, everyone. Thank you all for arriving. Thank you all for coming into this. And thank you for listening more than anything else. It's a great little reward for us. I will say, for me, on a very personal note, professionally, I don't get a lot of, none of us do, and our real jobs get a lot of thank yous. This cast we do, and it's really amazing to have people enjoy it this much, interact with us as much. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening, and thank you for putting up with our dumb voices. But yeah, John Barsotti, Brad Chester.
This guy.
All right, take care, everybody.